We have with us Sameer Srivastav. Sameer, thank you so much for your time. Where do you see the future of the salon and spa industry going forward, especially post the pandemic?
Well, I think first of all, I've been in the space for almost 20 years. I worked in international markets, I worked in the Indian market, and I see, yes, of course, the 1.5 years have been very, very damaging for the entire industry, but I see tremendous bounce back. And as we see the next 2 to 3 years, I think there's so much of action happening in the beauty industry, whether it's in the product side, whether it's in the salon space. We're ahead for good times, for sure.
Okay, now how did the pandemic affect your business in particular, especially if I consider the retail segment? How did it affect?
Well, I think first lockdown was very severe, and it was much needed because we had to control the whole the way the spread was happening. So obviously we all got impacted. The second one was slightly more easier because a lot of home services started happening. We as a company also have certain divisions which does home services. So we were started going to the home of the consumer, which is good because see, it's also beauty and hair is also a very therapeutic need. It's not just a fashion need. You want to, it takes off years of somebody's face. You want to get that little treatment done. It does wonders to your self-esteem. So that's the reason why the second lockdown unlock was far better for us. Product business really exploded because women didn't stop shampooing. Women didn't stop applying creams, etc., etc. or hair oils, which is a very large part of the Indian beauty industry. So I think the whole e-commerce bit really exploded. E-commerce is a very fancy way of putting it, but I think the product consumption went through the roof in the last 18 odd months of lockdown. We're seeing a higher amount of consumption happening as far as beauty products is concerned. That's why you're seeing so much action happening in the space.
Sure. When we consider the mass rampification of any sector, you can never ignore tier 2, tier 3 and the rural areas. I mean, consider fintech for that matter. Paytm became a brand because it's there. Now, I'll pick from your word, therapeutic. Therapeutic for your industry is largely confined to the metros and the people who are exposed to such, treatments. How long do you think this industry or the sector spreads its legs, for the lack of a better word, in the rural and the semi-urban areas?
No, I think the movement is already on. I would like to split it between two things: India, which is modern India, and Hindustan, which is the other part of India. So I think in the tier 1, tier 2, there is a beginning which is happening. Beauty is definitely in demand. However, wellness might not be in demand. Like I said, wellness today is kind of restricted to urban. I think that's where the need is because most of the unwell people live in the metro. I think in the smaller towns, there is a better well-being which is there. So I think beauty is really going to penetrate further. I see a mushrooming of salons in the smaller towns, which is good news for us because it also gives a lot of employability to women there who feel safer to work in smaller in cocoons of beauty salons. But I think the wellness journey will kind of be restricted to the metros and tier 1 towns for the next 3 to 5 years.
Sure. Now, when we consider the beauty and the salon or spa for that matter, these terms usually attract the luxury quotient, not only from the government but also from the public. Now, are there any policy changes which you expect from the government?
Yes.
Or maybe some tax rebates or service rebates? What are the kind of concessions you're expecting from the government?
So not concessions. Again, I'd like to split it into two things. First thing, I think the industry is employing a very, very large workforce. And during the lockdown period, we had the privileges of working with the MSME and the minister who heads the MSME. And he was appalled to know the size of the industry. In fact, he was really amazed. And that's why he initiated his team to move very fast on supporting the beauty sector, which got a sort of a relief from the MSME, which is very kind of the government and of the minister himself. So I think the lack of awareness is where today the industry is suffering from. It employs very large number of people, youngsters. It requires just skill in your hand. Doesn't have to have high kind of degree or certification. As long as you have talent and you have the willingness to do so, you'll do very well in this sector. And that's why we see beauty schools also doing very well. So I think the government has to really support this and to remove the stigma which is attached with this industry. This stigma, in the sense, there is a social stigma which is attached.
Correct.
People still in India would want their children to be going to the IIT or to the medical school or to work in media like what you guys are. But not many of them would encourage people to work in salons and spas as yet. So till such time the stigma is removed, and I think we are beginning to do so. It is a glamorous industry. It is a high-paying industry and it can do very well for you. So I think that's where the government, if it adds more sheen to the industry, I think we're in good times ahead.
We are in good times ahead, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. This was Sameer.